Sometime in the cooling breath of a late September evening, Maya Harrison stepped out of the courthouse with a look that held defeat, exhaustion, and a fragile dignity she refused to let crack. She had walked into that courtroom hoping for one thing: fairness. A small inheritance, a final act of love from her grandmother, something to ease the weight of raising her daughter alone. But instead, she heard her name skipped over again and again until the lawyer closed the folder, and Maya realized everything had been handed to the same relatives who spent years treating her like an inconvenience. Their tight-lipped smirks still echoed in her mind as she sat in her old car, holding back tears while 5-year-old Lily played with her stuffed rabbit, unaware of the heartbreak her mother carried. The night felt endless, stretching across her future like a shadow. As she scrolled through property auctions, something strange caught her attention: a massive abandoned stone monastery listed for only $500. Ivy-covered, decayed, and forgotten, yet somehow calling to her. It was madness, but something deep in her chest whispered that this place, this ruin, was meant for her. With every last ounce of courage she had left, she placed her bid. The drive to the monastery felt like entering a world time itself had abandoned. A narrow road wound through thick forest until the trees parted and the massive structure towered before them, its stone walls cracked, its stained glass windows shattered like frozen lightning. Lily gasped at the sight, her small voice echoing in the empty courtyard as they stepped inside. Sunlight fell through the broken glass in fractured colors, casting a strange, haunting beauty across the dusty pews and collapsed beams. Maya walked slowly, absorbing the silence, an ancient, heavy silence that knew secrets. The place was cold, too cold, and she didn't dare sleep inside. That first night she and Lily curled in the car, listening to the moaning wind drifting through the halls as if the monastery itself was breathing. But she had nowhere else to go. With determination born from desperation, she began cleaning the next morning, room by room, corner by corner. And it was during this slow resurrection of the ruin that she found a kitchen cabinet too firmly attached to the wall. Behind it, a hidden wooden panel. Behind that, an old stone staircase descending into darkness. With a flashlight shaking in her grip, Maya descended the hidden steps. Every step added weight to the silence. The air was thick, untouched by time, carrying the cold scent of something ancient. At the bottom of the stairs stood an enormous iron-banded door secured by a rusted lock. Something inside her whispered to turn back, but another part urged her on. She snapped the lock, its echo booming like thunder, and pushed the door open. What her light revealed stole her breath. Towering shelves filled the chamber from floor to ceiling. Crates lined with velvet, sculptures wrapped in linen, gold artifacts glimmering beneath dust, paintings stacked like forgotten histories, manuscripts older than entire nations. It was a vault, an underground treasury hidden for decades. Maya felt her knees weaken. This wasn't just valuable, it was monumental. A forgotten world sealed away for reasons she couldn't yet understand. Her heart pounded as she lifted a jeweled chalice, its rubies and emeralds shimmering in the light. She gently unwrapped an ivory carving etched with stunning precision. She found a leather-bound ledger listing each artifact, the final entry signed in winter of 1947. Then one chilling sentence: "Sealed by order of the diocese. May God protect what remains." Maya stared at the room, overwhelmed. This treasure, this impossible discovery, belonged to the monastery she now owned. For days she kept the secret to herself. The uncertainty gnawed at her. Could she tell anyone? Would it be taken from her? She spent her nights lying awake beside Lily, staring at the cracked ceiling, trying to imagine a future where life didn't mean choosing between groceries and gas. But fate intervened. A county assessor named Thomas Brennan arrived unexpectedly to evaluate the property. Panic surged through her veins, but Maya couldn't bring herself to lie. She led him to the cellar. She opened the iron door, and she watched the color drain from his face. Thomas walked through the chamber in shocked silence, examining the relics with trembling hands. "Miss Harrison," he whispered, "this is worth tens of millions, maybe more." Maya felt the world tilt beneath her feet. Thomas wasn't greedy, he was concerned. He warned her that this would attract attention from the state, the church, collectors, and people far less honest than him. He urged her to get legal protection before anyone else found out. His warning echoed through her mind for hours. That night, when the wind howled against the broken walls, Maya sat in the chapel with her phone glowing in her palm and emailed a lawyer known for handling impossible cultural property cases, Rebecca Flores. Rebecca arrived within days, her presence calm, methodical, and sharp as a blade. She explored the cellar with disciplined fascination, reading the ledger, inspecting the crates, understanding the magnitude. In the dusty glow of Maya's flashlight, Rebecca laid out the truth. "You discovered this on property you legally own. You have a claim, but the church will challenge it. The state may interfere. You need strategy, evidence, patience." Together, over long days and sleepless nights, they traced old deeds, archived letters, and faded maps. They uncovered proof that the monastery had been sold in 1948 with no record of the cellar or its contents. The church had either lost track of the treasure or chosen to bury the truth. For the first time in her life, Maya felt the weight of possibility. A chance not only to claim something that could save her life, but to confront the world that had always dismissed her. When negotiations with the diocese began, Maya entered the stone-walled meeting room with trembling hands but lifted chin. Across the table sat the bishop and two church representatives. They expected weakness. They met strength instead. The negotiations were intense. The diocese argued canon law and historical rights. Rebecca countered with property rights, missing records, and legal precedent. Meanwhile, Bishop Marchand studied Maya's face with quiet curiosity. After hours of tension, Sister Margaret, the archivist, softened the room with a revelation. The church had no record of these artifacts past 1947. Whoever sealed the chamber intended protection, not theft. Silence fell. Then, in an unexpected turn, the bishop offered a compromise. A 50-50 split of all proceeds, full restoration support, and recognition of Maya's legal ownership. It was fair. It was humane. It was something she had never been granted in her life. Maya accepted, and within weeks her life transformed. Museums, historians, and media swarmed the monastery. The underground vault was authenticated, estimated at $224 million in historic value. The first sale alone earned Maya enough to lift her, and Lily out of survival forever. As restoration crews breathed life back into the monastery, Maya moved into a small, renovated room overlooking the courtyard. Lily had her first real bedroom, pink walls, warm blankets, shelves full of storybooks. Maya used her early earnings to create the Harrison Foundation for struggling single mothers, offering housing, education, and emergency funds. Dorothy from the hardware store became her operations director. Frank at the diner gained more business than he'd seen in a decade. Ashford, once fading, began to glow with renewed life. Maya traveled the country telling her story, not as a tale of fortune, but as a testament to fighting through darkness until light finally breaks through. Every speech she gave, every mother she helped, reminded her of the nights she'd slept in her car wishing someone would save her. Now she was that someone for others. Months later, on a soft spring evening, Maya watched Lily chase fireflies across the restored courtyard, laughter echoing between stone walls once filled with sorrow. The monastery glowed in warm lantern light, no longer a ruin but a sanctuary reborn. She stood on the balcony, breathing the cool night air, thinking of how far she'd come, from the courthouse steps to the deepest chambers of this place, from fear to strength, from invisibility to purpose. The treasure had changed her life, but not in the way people assumed. It wasn't the gold that saved her. It was the reminder that she was worthy of more than survival, that even in ruins, miracles wait. As the stars brightened overhead, Maya whispered to herself, "Whatever darkness you're standing in, don't stop searching. Your treasure might be waiting in the unseen." And if her story touched your heart tonight, tap the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more cinematic journeys like this one. Before you go, where are you listening from, and what time is it right now as you hear this story?